questioning what it all means now that you found out that it doesn't mean anything to be right when the world is wrong. I'm so sorry to hear that you're crestfallen alone now. Do you believe in it's new? Something big
Good afternoon, everybody. A very warm welcome to this live stream with the fantastic brand new Artero Creative Team UK. My name's Charlotte MacDonald and I'm responsible for Artero USA and a little bit of Artero UK. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, we have the whole team here. They're ready and waiting for your questions, so please send them in as soon as you can. Hi, everyone. Just before we begin, Hi. Just before we begin, I'd like to give a big shout out to Alex Olivan from the Artero marketing team. Alex has very expertly brought this whole event together. Gracias, Alex. All of us at Artero are extremely proud of the first year of Artero UK. Despite the global pandemic, Alison Rogers and her team have managed to keep their heads afloat, and we're super excited to see the success that Artero UK is proving. So big well done to Alison, Sandy and Jesus. And now, moving on, let's go and meet the team. To introduce them one by one and to tell you a little more about them, I'm going to hand you over to Alison Rogers. Thanks, Alison.
Thanks, Charlotte. I'm honoured to be here today to welcome the new UK Artero Creative Team. I have selected these amazing groomers out of so many talented UK representatives. Each and every one bring a different quality to this amazing growing industry here in the UK. When developing the new Artero Creative Team here in the UK, I wanted groomers that were passionate, inspirational, enthusiastic and legendary. So I had to look at different areas of the grooming and showing industry to build up my multifaceted team. So without further ado, let's meet the team. First up is the passionate Kirsty Young. Can we see the video, please, Alex? Kirsty Young, more well known for showing standard poodles and being a member of Groom Team England, Kirsty has won many places here in the UK scene but when she's not showing or doing grooming comps, Kirsty is a very successful businesswoman with 3 businesses and a grooming salon, an academy. There is where she develops the groomers of tomorrow. And her new grooming supply company, which she runs alongside her fiance. Kirsty gives tickets in all 3 sizes of poodles at championship level. So you can say she's been in the industry for quite some time. How are you doing, Kirsty? Nice to bring you along.
Thanks, Alison. Thank you to Artero as well. It's a little bit surreal still. It's not real yet because this is like, we've not actually got together or anything like that. But this to me is like a lifetime achievement award. It's, grooming has been my whole life since I was a kid. So to do this is just an honest lifetime achievement award. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, Kirsty.
Okay, so next up we have the phenomenal Georgia Ashton Fuller. Can we see the video for that, please, Alex? The phenomenal Georgia Ashton Fuller, who is more famous for her Asian-style grooms, not to mention her TV appearance on BBC Pooch Perfect, where she went on all the way to the final. Georgia has come from a long line of amazing groomers. You could say that showing and grooming is in her blood. However, her her success is her own, as I have seen Georgia grow and learn both at home and abroad to become one of the best UK groomers to date. Georgia runs a successful salon with her husband Ricky, and also gives webinars, seminars on her skills as she's learned through the years. Good afternoon, Georgia.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm so honoured to be part of the Artero team, but not only part of this amazing team, these amazing guys, but to be in the Artero family is just incredible. Like Kirsty said, it's lifetime achievement. Thank you for so much.
No problem. Well done, Georgia. Next up, we've got the inspirational Chris Briggs. Can we see Chris's video, please, Alex? The inspirational Chris Briggs, one of the most natural, talented groomers within the industry worldwide I have ever met. Not only does he have a great understanding of any breed, style and conformation, but his in-depth knowledge and understanding is beyond anything we could dream of. With the amazing ability to deliver his knowledge, you will be in awe. Chris has many years of showing and grooming a variety of breeds to a high standard, mostly known for his Irish Water Spaniels, Belgian Shepherds, Min Pins and Newfoundlands, more recently the Hungarian Pumi. Chris is a Kennel Club member and also the show manager of Peyton Championship Dog Show. In his spare time, when he's not running his successful grooming salon alongside his partner Mark, where many of his clients come from afar to get ready for the show ring. Well done, Chris, and glad you're aboard. How are you feeling today?
Bit emotional after that. Thank you, Alison. That was really lovely. Thank you to Artero for giving me this opportunity as well. Like Georgia and Kirsty said, it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm so grateful to you and the Artero family.
No problem. Congratulations. Okay, so what can I say about this next person? Okay, the fabulous Costin Stoker. Please can we see his video, Alex? Fabulous Costin Stoker, with his infectious enthusiasm for the dog grooming industry and a world-renowned Groom Team England member, a special passionate for terriers. Costin has won many places both here and in Europe, but still keeps his approachable knowledge to help others grow and thrive. As a positive, cheerful outlook, he is a great addition to the team. Costin lives in London with his partner Kenneth and son Elio, sorry, I might have pronounced that wrong. Elio, where he runs his successful grooming salon and training academy. Welcome aboard, Costin.
Thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you to Alison and Artero for inviting me to be part of this amazing team with these amazing groomers and be part of the Artero family that I actually wanted to be for so long. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and it's a great honor. Thank you.
My pleasure, Costin, and thank you. What can I say? We've got the next and final member is the legendary Mitch Dale. Can we see her video, please, Alex? The legendary Mitch Dale. Her drive and passion has pushed her so much out of her comfort zone in the last few years. She's proven you can teach an old dog new tricks, and she smashed it. More known for her outstanding hand stripping of the West Island White Terrier, which she's won many best in shows, both here and in Europe. Mitch is a highly revered and in the breeding and showing of many breeds, but mostly recently, her passion has learnt her new things, and her start, and she starred on the BBC Pooch Perfect alongside one of her other teammates, where her flair for creativity has come into her own. Mitch is a highly successful training school and grooming salon, and is an international judge for grooming and showing, all with the support of her fiancé, Chris. Glad to have you on board, Mitch. How are you feeling?
Oh, thanks, Alison. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic opportunity. I'm not a great one for words, as you know, but I'm absolutely delighted to be invited to be part of the Artero UK team alongside all these other fabulous groomers. What an honour. And thank you all for believing in me.
You're welcome. Okay, so Charlotte, are we going to start questions?
Go ahead with the questions.
So,
okay, well, first up, we have a question for Mitch Dale.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's cheating.
Mitch, have you ever had an unusual job, and what was it?
I've had quite a few, but I suppose my most unusual one was I designed balloons and balloon decorations for weddings and parties, and I specialised in pyrotechnics.
Wow, that's cool.
Different.
Very different, yeah. Do you still practice those skills?
I haven't done that for many, many years now, no.
No.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Alison?
yeah, no problem. So next question is for Chris Briggs. Okay. Who has influenced you most in your career, and why?
Oh, well, I'd have to go right back to the start, and when I went to work at the show kennels for Pam Wellstead and Norfolk Terriers and Wire Ed Visslers. Another person that has massively influenced my career was my early trainer, my tutor, Sue St. Mayerthorpe from Kistor Training Academy in Torquay. Also, Alison has been a massive influence on my career. I've followed her career since I was a teenager. And I'd say I'd buy the dog world, and Peter Rensell was regularly in there, and I aspired to be as good as him. And also, I've got to credit a lot of my knowledge to my show friends, Nikki Mackey, Linda Lester, Sandra Smith, and the late Power, who taught me all about movement and, bodies, and Linda and Sandra and for heads. I mean, I understand heads since being friends with them a whole lot better. I really do believe it takes a village to raise a groomer.
And they've done quite well with raising you.
I hope so. I hope you're proud.
Charlotte?
Okay, we have another question coming for Costin. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a simple question. Did you always want to become a groomer?
No.
Good answer.
When I moved here, my partner now, Kenneth, was my boss in that time, and he told me if I come in England to work in the pet shop as a sales assistant. I didn't know dog grooming exists till I moved here, and then he told me, "Oh, do you want to be a dog groomer?" So I didn't know nothing about dogs. So no, nothing.
But did you like dogs before?
Oh, I grew up with dogs all my life, but I had just short hair dogs. So I never took them in Romania to grooming. I never knew about nothing about this industry, nothing. So I never planned to be a dog groomer.
Well, there you go. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. You never know where life takes you.
No, exactly. Well, that's great. Thank you, Costin.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the next question is coming for Georgia. You've been a groomer for 10 years. What did you do before you became a groomer?
Well, I worked in like retail and Subway. That's where my love of food came from. But before that, I was in school. So I went from school to college to be a vet nurse. Obviously did not like the sight of blood, so that didn't work. And I went to a training school to become a dog groomer and my work experience. So before that, I'd done basically nothing.
You're still too young, you see, that's what it is.
Excellent. Okay, we have another question coming for Kirsty. Kirsty, how old were you when you first groomed a dog?
Bathed and prepped a dog, I was 5.
Wow.
Groomed a dog, my dad bought me my first pair of scissors when I was 7.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 7. Obviously, massively adult supervision. But yeah, I was let loose on a couple of my mum's poodles. She had miniatures at the time. And I used to go in and school holidays and Saturdays, and she would teach us how to use my little safety scissors with my little plastic handles. And then I got my first proper pair of scissors and groomed my own first dog when I was about 10, 11, I think it was.
Wow. So you've been grooming for a long time. Were your mum and dad both groomers as well?
Mum was. My dad wasn't. My dad had loads of different jobs. But he ended up working with my mum towards the end of her career because she had really bad arthritis and spondylosis of the spine, so she couldn't lift many dogs, but she still loved grooming and she didn't want to stop. So she carried on grooming, and my dad did all the bathing and prep work and all the lifting, and my mum did all the clipping and scissoring. And then I got walked in on a weekend, school holidays and stuff. Do this fish on and do this poodle. Will you just trim this dog's face for us?
That's cool. Thank you, Kirsty.
Okay, so Mitch, are you ready for another one?
Oh, go on.
Another one,
Hit me with it. Go on.
It's quite an easy one. Have you always had the love of animals?
Oh, crikey, yeah. From quite a young age. Only they were a little bit bigger in those days.
And what animals were they? What, giraffes or?
Close. It felt like it to me because I was only little. No, it was horses in those days. I had a passion for show jumping. So, but preparation for shows was another big thing for me, that the horses were always turned out to the best of my ability. And then when I started to not bounce quite so well and I fell off, I stepped away from the horses and started to get involved with dogs.
Cool. Good. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, as they say. Yes, a long, long history, but yes.
I'd just like to send out a reminder to everybody out there to send in your questions as soon as you can. Any questions you want to ask any of the team, now's your chance. Okay, we have another question for Georgia. Georgia, what is the most enjoyable part of grooming for you?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna be like a sucking egg now, but I'm gonna say all of it. I just love, and this sounds so strange, but meeting new clients and walking in with a dog you've never seen before. I know that's probably like most groomers hate, but I absolutely love just seeing a dog that's probably never been groomed before or has got like well overdue coat and just making something ugly turn into something pretty. But yeah, that's basically it, really.
That's a very good reason. Yeah.
Okay, so Chris, I've got a question for you. Are you ready? So you could turn your hand to any breed. What would you say your skills are to help you do this that you've learned?
It would have to be just my involvement with dog show, and I think I've got a very broad interest in a lot of breeds. So I've followed a lot of breeds since being quite young, and I think once you understand heads and bodies, I think you can pretty much do anything, but you have to have a really in-depth understanding.
Good, thank you.
Okay, next up, Costin. Sorry, I'm firing the questions at you. How do you keep yourself motivated in grooming? What keeps you going? How do you keep
going? I think first friends. I have quite a few friends groomers. When I feel down, they reach me out, lift me up. And also I go to a lot of seminars. So that's pushed me like harder to achieve more that I want to achieve. And competition also, and that motivates me because I have feedback from the judges. So all the time you can improve your work, you know. So that's motivating me all the time. And friends, I think friends first thing, because when you achieve, when you're at a high level in grooming, there are lots of people that want to put you down. So if you don't have your back, your friends to have your back, you can get depressed, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know it's a sad part of grooming, but that exists also, you know. So I would say friends, they motivate me to achieve high in my career.
No, that's great. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Costin.
Okay, Kirsty, you said your family showed poodles before. So do you come from a doggy family then? Or?
Yeah. Obviously, my mum had mini poodles from probably the early 90s. I think it was late 80s, early 90s. So I used to get pushed around a pushchair. So I had no choice whatsoever. You were going to a dog show. But yeah, sort of got into dog showing, learned how to groom dogs, and a bit like Mitch, really, other than a little blip in the middle, the rest was history. I always wanted to do it. But it was, my mum didn't hold us back. But obviously back in the day, grooming was not like it is today. And my mum was more like, well, actually, I'd rather you do something else. Because I was really academic at school. I loved schoolwork. I'm really sad. And I loved coursework. I loved exams. I loved anything that I could write. I loved writing stuff. And my mum was like, no, you're too academic. You're not going to be a dog groomer. You're going to go to university and you're going to do something. And it just went from there. And then I got the opportunity to go, right, actually, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I am going to be a groomer. And I actually set my shop up and didn't tell my mum.
You wanted you to have a proper job, did you?
I didn't tell her. So I went and got the shop lease. And I just got Mum, here's my keys to my new shop. And she's like, what? I'm going to be a groomer? She's like, what? So yeah, I came from a grooming family. They didn't want us to be a groomer, but it was inevitable.
That's a great story. Okay, we have a question come in from Emma Smith for Chris. She's asking you, is there a breed that phases you when grooming, and why?
I actually struggle with schnauzers, but the hand strip, and I can't quite get my head around that. So that stifles me a little bit. So I think I might hit up Costin for some help with that one. But there's not many breeds that I would struggle with. It's just the section stripping on the schnauzers and stuff I can't quite get my head around. But yeah, I'd say schnauzers, stripping schnauzers.
Good. Good answer. Okay, Alison?
Yeah. Okay, so Costin, did you find it hard to learn or be accepted in the industry because you're from a different country?
Actually, no, I didn't. I've been embraced so quickly by everyone. The hardest part was me coming to England and not speaking any English. Just yes, hello. And when I was talking to him, I was like, yeah. Yeah, because I didn't understand. Because I grew up in Romania with American English, so it's much clearer. And then you move back to it when you moved in Britain. I was like, I said, my God, I don't understand nothing. So that was the hard part. But no, I received so much help from everyone. Like, it's amazing. I think, yeah. No, the only there's a struggle with the language, but the rest now is amazing. I have like the support from English Groomers group is amazing, and for all those groomers, no, it was very easy.
I didn't know that you couldn't speak English when you go.
Not at all. I was like, hello, yeah, goodbye.
You speak better English than me now.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I was trained by the Queen.
Not the swear words, though.
Not darling. What are you talking about?
Great. Thank you, Costin.
Thank you.
Charlotte, have you got another?
Yeah, I've got another question's come in for Chris. Sorry, Chris, you're... It's from Sandra Smith, this question. And she's asked, what's been your biggest challenge within grooming and how did you overcome it?
Oh, that's a really good one. I think it was probably the early days. My early training wasn't great, you know, and I had to try and pull myself up, pull my level of grooming up. So I went and sought out some training from Torquay with Sue St. Mayerthorpe. Got the train there for 18 months every Tuesday. You know, 2.5 hour train journey, and I worked so hard and I got there in the end. But yeah, I think that was my biggest obstacle to overcome, the fact that I didn't drive and I didn't have a lot of money, and I was you know, begging for scraps of other people's tables, if you like. But Sue took me under her wing, and the rest is history.
Excellent. sorry, lapse there. We've had a question in from Ali Smith, but it's for all of you. She's asked, which breed do you dread doing? So I know you've answered, Chris, but what other breeds? What breeds do you guys fear coming in?
Westies. I hate Westies. Sorry, Mitch. I hate Westies.
You know what, Georgia? I'm not that far behind you with an answer. I actually really hate grooming other people's poodles.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's good.
2 reasons. One, they normally bring it in and go, I'd love my dog to look like yours, but I'll only bring it in every 12 weeks. Or we'll come in with a picture of best of breed from Crofts and go, can you do that? And it's got about that much hair. And they have the massive expectation of a show dog. And I'm like, me Harry Potter one's broke today, love. I'm really sorry.
No,
I don't like short legged dogs like Yorkies and Shih Tzus. My back is killing me, and I don't like puppies that are crazy.
Yeah.
I give to my girls to do the puppies. I can't. Bring it to me when he's 1.
And mine's drop coats. Don't like drop coats.
No.
Drop coats.
Good old teddy bears.
Don't like drop coat. Give me a terrier any day.
Mine's Basset Hounds.
Oh, they're pretty.
No, one of them got too excited once, and I couldn't get rid of the smell.
Oh, nice.
So I have this phobia of it.
No.
Yeah. You, Charlotte, which dog would you?
For me?
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know how to groom any dogs.
You don't discriminate anything, huh?
Give me some accounts to go through and I'll do that. I brush my snouts, that's as much as I do.
You could let Chris do him.
I'll send you. Chris, yeah.
You would want that.
Okay, we've got lots of questions coming in now. Got one for Georgia from Emma Smith. She is asking, what do you feel has helped you the most in developing your skills within Asian fusion?
Social media a lot. Instagram, I follow so many different accounts. Little bits from everywhere, to be honest. I think traveling to Thailand really kind of upped my game. But yeah, social media, Instagram's insane for little tutorials and little videos. But just keep watching them because they change all the time and everyone's style is so different. Just take little bits from everyone and make your own. That's basically Asian fusion is.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, so we've got another one come in now from Mark Elliott. Mitch, it's for you. This one.
I'll kill him.
Apart from Westies, what is your favourite breed to groom?
I like Kerry's, obviously, and the wire fox is something that I just started to really finesse on. But yeah, any terrier really.
Okay, cool. It's brilliant. Okay,
I another one's come in for all of you from Liz Walkings, and she's asking, what's the best piece of advice you would give to new groomers?
Thanks, Liz. She's actually one of my new students. Thank you, Lord.
Believe in yourself.
First.
Believe in yourself. You know, if you want something, work towards it. The only person that's stopping you, and you can do whatever you set your aim at. Just don't give up.
I'll follow it then. Never stop learning. Never ever.
And don't be cheap.
Nobody can ever stop learning. Yes.
Don't be cheap at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I was cheap at the beginning, and it was so hard to increase my prices when I start to be better and faster. This is what I would say to myself as a beginner.
I would say concentrate on your own business. Don't worry if the customer goes somewhere else. Most of the time they always come back. As long as you're happy with your work and your customer's happy, don't worry about any other groomers, 2 doors down, even opposite. It doesn't matter. Just be you.
That's really good advice, Georgia.
Very good advice, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we've got another one. I think it's for everyone. It's a bit of a long one, so just bear with me. And I hope I pronounce the lady's name correctly. It's from Joy Bagley. Is it? That's it. I have a WSS boy who hates clippers. He throws a wobbly, even putting them on the table next to him. Being like this since he was born. Any ideas? And then she's then put, P.S. I have Artero Spectra clippers, and these are so quiet, I hardly vibrate, but he still throws a wobbly. PPPS, I clip ears and neck of the WSS when tidying up with thinning scissors. So any tips, everyone?
Try them on the floor.
Try what, sorry?
Try the dog on the floor. She said when he's on the table, he throws a wobbler, put the dog on the floor, try it on the floor. Sometimes dogs don't like being up a height. My middle stand, Ginny, who I do for competition, she absolutely had a massive, no reason at all. She hated being on the table. She would go stiff and I couldn't move her leg, and she leaned back and she was awful. And then I started to groom her on the floor, and halfway through the groom, I'd put her back on the table and she'd be fine. She'd be relaxed.
No, brilliant.
So try it on the floor first and see if you can do anything on the floor.
What breed is it?
Welsh Springer, by the sounds.
Yeah, WSS, is it?
Welsh Springer Spaniel, yeah.
Okay, so Spaniel.
Again, I've done them in the bath. I don't know if any of you have done them in the bath, because again, it's a different environment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've put them in a bath, and and as well, I know this sounds a bit wacky, but I have a black crystal, like an onyx, and I put that under the table, and the vibration from the crystal actually calms the dog down. So sometimes that's good. And there's a spray you can get from Yitka that you can spray on the table, and sometimes that chills them out.
Yeah, Vita Canis is brilliant.
That's it, yeah. Anyone else? Any tips?
I can probably show Joy this because she doesn't live very far away from me. But with Welsh Springer ears, I use a spray like Balsam or mixed. Just lightly spray and then pull the hair up, and I actually use thinners instead of clippers on some Welsh ears because, like she says, they can buck and be a bit naughty. But if Joy needs any help, she can hit me up.
She can try also to use a happy hoodie, when she's putting on the table, for sometimes when they can't see, you can do them faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, cover the eyes.
Yeah, cover the eyes and the ears, yeah.
Great, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, well, I have another question for Mitch. What would you say has been the best experience you've had in your career?
Oh, crikey. Probably winning the first competition that I ever did. That kind of got me hooked onto grooming and competitions. I was like the naughty schoolgirl. I had no idea about the rules or regs or anything, and they put me at the front where I couldn't copy anybody. It just ignited a passion, and it went on from there.
Oh, that's great. What was that competition? Can you remember?
Yes, it was the very first Premier Groom.
Premier Groom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the very first Premier Groom.
I helped organise that. Did we put you in the wrong place?
Yeah, no, it was when it was at the leisure centre.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago now. Very long time ago.
Yeah, thank you for that. Show my age now.
I'm sure you'll grow back shortly.
Okay, Kirsty, I've got another question for you. Who has been your greatest influence in grooming?
Oh, there's too many. Back way back, obviously my mum. Can't say anything. Mum basically dragged us around the dog show, so she put the scissors in my hand. Thanks, Mum, your fault. Very early on, Michael Cord, Jeff Corish. That's where I got my first standard from, Pamplona. They taught me everything I know from a kid. So handling, obviously I handle mini poodles, standards totally different. So I learned handling, I learned about breed standard. They taught us how to hide any faults. It was just overwhelming as a kid to try and absorb so much information. Later on, probably the last 5-6 years, got to be the trio of the country, Thomas Sherwood, Michael Gatsby, Jason Lynn. I had the biggest opportunity to go to Poodle Club of America in 2017. Became a bit a part of the crew, helped get the bitch ready, in the Went Reserve Winners bitch with Champion Afterglow Electra. That was just the most starstruck possible, absolutely brilliant to see all the poodle people from all over the world literally in front of your face and watch them groom dogs. And I got introduced to Alison Alexander, and she is like Canada's most famous groomer, America's probably most famous groomer as well. She's amazing. So probably those are my top ones. In grooming wise, everyone, I follow everybody. I like to watch everybody, even this team. Everybody, I love watching Costin work. I love watching Mitch work. It's a very rare occasion I get to watch anybody in poodles because I'm always competing. But I love to watch at competitions and get there early and watch like the hand strip gun dogs or the hand strip terriers, and because they're not my thing. So it's nice to learn and watch and see how they do it. Everybody, I just love watching everybody else groom and taking something from each individual person and learn more. Absorption.
That's great. Thank you, Kirsty.
Okay, Georgia, next one for you. Been anyone influential to you throughout your career as a groomer?
Absolutely loads. Like Kirsty said, there's probably too many to name. Obviously, with Asian-wise, Pammy was massive influence. I always used to watch her doing stuff. There's just loads, and you can't really pinpoint one person, I don't think, because there's different things, different breeds, different dog, there's different people everywhere. Because obviously my mother's a dog groomer, so my mother's my biggest inspiration. Then my second mother, Alison, is a huge inspiration because I'm trying to perfect Bichons and pure breeds, because I kind of focus more on Teddies and Asian, not following the rules, obviously. Rule breaker here. But yeah, trying to breed standards, there's too many to list. Honestly, there is.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgia. So, Chris, what is the most valuable thing that you've learned in the dog world?
To please yourself. Don't worry about what other people think or say. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, then that's all right. Set out to impress yourself only, and you won't be disappointed. We can all take inspiration from our peers, but we might not get the support that we wanted. And that's fine. As long as you're all right, you're good.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I remember competing, and I always used to do what I thought the judge wanted.
Yeah.
We had a conversation a bit ago, didn't we, Costin, about this?
Yeah.
And it was only when I looked at the dog and thought what was best for the dog and best would look like that was when my career went and rose a lot more. So, because you can please the judge, but you've got to look at the dog, the conformation, and do the best groom for that dog.
Yeah. Ultimately, the person that has to be the happiest is yourself, in my opinion. Yeah.
Good answer. Okay, we have another question come in from Tracy Taft, and it's for you, Mitch. She's asking for tips for a groomer. She's been grooming for approximately 16 years. How can she improve without competing? She's too nervous, she says.
Right, well, one, don't be nervous. Like Chris says, the only person that you're competing against really is yourself. Go and do one-to-one days with groomers that you aspire to be. We're all out there, and if we've got time to do it, we will always help. Come and try and get a few tips. Go to seminars. Just learn and practice. That's the only way that you can better what you're doing. But you also need to be quite objective. Nobody's more critical over my work than me. Alison will
God, yeah.
back me up on that one.
What do you think to this?
I am so picky on my own work. But that's the only way that you improve. Yeah, I think. But just, you've got to learn and you've got to enjoy it. Don't get too wrapped up in it. Mm-hmm. When I'm competing, I'm nervous for the first 5 minutes, and then I'm in my own little bubble. And I don't see or hear anything that's going on around me. So don't be frightened of competing. It's fun. Go on, get out there, girl.
I think as well what you tend to do, Mitch, as well, like what I do, is you take pictures. I know you send them to me and then we draw on them, and you do the same and you draw on them. And if you haven't got a competition like we don't have at the minute, you can still improve yourself by taking a picture of your dog and drawing on where you want the hair, where you don't want the hair, and then the next time you do it, you can fix it. The amount of model dog pictures that Mitch Dale recently has sent me is loads.
I don't do creative, so
I know, but especially when when you do it perfect.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, especially when Coach Perfect were going on, the pictures I used to get.
Talk about, getting out of your comfort zone. I think Georgia will back me up on this one. That was so way out of comfort zone. I might as well have been the other end of the earth. Because seriously, every time that door opened, it was something that I'd not done. and I think people were amazed that I'd not done so many of the different things. But you do the breeds, but as a pet trim.
Yeah.
Not as a show trim. And you were asked to do a show trim, and then you find out it's somebody's show dog. And I think Chris will know about this one as well. If you've got somebody's show dog, you've got one hell of a responsibility.
Yeah.
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 And they say it was the top dog last year, and it's like, oh my God. Don't be frightened. Don't get put off. Go for it.
Yeah, that's good advice, Mitch. Yeah.
Both of you did amazing on Pooch Perfect as well. You did fabulous. So,
okay. Alison, you got
have I got the next question? Yeah. I've got another question for Costin. How do you keep yourself motivated when grooming?
How can I be motivated? I go to lots of seminars, and I go to lots of one-to-one groomers, and practice with them. Because, like Mitch said, and everyone knows, the most critical person with your groom is yourself, you know, and I'm never happy. Even like people say, oh, this is amazing. And they send me pictures and they have pictures and they send me like, oh, I have your dog and I'm trying to follow it. And I look at the pictures like, oh God, it looks horrible, you know? So I go a lot. I invest a lot in my education, and I learn. You never stop learning. So I go to private seminar. For me, that's the best work, you know, one-to-one. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Costin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question come in from Katrina Bennett, and she's asked, I think to all of you, or maybe it's aimed at you, Georgia, but the best tips for removing knots and tools you find work for you. And she'd also like to know, Georgia, how does one cat cope with 15 dogs?
Oh, honestly, that cat is vicious. It absolutely hates me. And the dogs ain't got a chance. She's the boss of the house, let me tell you. Oh, God. Don't ever have a Persian. She rules the roost. She got no worries at all. What was the other question? Sorry.
Best tips for removing knots and tools you find work best for you.
Okay, well, the best tool to demat, if you've got a matted dog, is a 7F. Yeah. But if you really wanted to save the coat, I use the Matex, but I also like the mix, the Artero mix. So I blast the coat 90% dry, spray the mix, and use the double-sided Artero brush. And what I tend to do mostly is the tails that I get matted. So I place the tail on the table and then I hold the tail and brush the coat out. And I find using the table and the brush gets the mats out. I to be honest, I don't mess around with matted legs or matted heads, and I clip them off. As a customer, I clip them off.
Costin's going like that, and I'm going to join Costin, and I know exactly what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Where do you have a brush?
My brush, my magical brush, was P485.
Yes, the large
brush was made by God for groomers to have. It's the best brush that I ever touched in my life, and I will ever touch in my life. It sticks to my body. It's everywhere in my bath area, in my salon area where I groom. In every single room there, I have like 4 rooms. That's the best brush that you can ever buy. It's P485.
Yeah.
But it's just for matting, nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, it's the best. It mixed with condition, with protein and mixed spray.
Yeah, mix.
Wonders.
Mix plus dematting, the square dematting, absolutely flawless. It is the best ever. If anybody wants anything to prove it, Costi's got a few videos. I did a video of a cotton that was literally, I bathed it and I put it in the drying cabinet because I was just going to shave it off. And I just thought, I'll give it a go. You know, it's one of those things. I'll try it. It's a new tool. And I sprayed it in mix, and it was literally dry with the drying cabinet dry. And I just sprayed it in the mix and then put a bit of heat in it with the stand dryer, and it just come out. And I'm just brushing this dog, and I've got before and after pictures. And this dog was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it didn't damage the coat at all. Scissored its feet, set it out the door, and it was still in full coat. It was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Cool.
That's the one with the silver back, isn't it? That you mean?
Silver back, blue handle.
I've just sent Kirsty. Sorry, Kirsty's on screen. I've just sent Sandy downstairs to go get one so everyone can see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With blue handle.
Yeah, I use them for double coated breeds as well. 20 minutes on a matted solid samo with that. I didn't think was going to come out. We hadn't.
That was the video that you sent me. And you literally went, you need this in your life. And I was like,
I had it in the drawer for ages. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. Oh, do you know what? Let's give that brush a try. It was one of them. And then.
The first time I used it, it was a revelation. And I have not used anything like that in the last 25 years. I've not found anything better or since, and I don't think I will again. I don't know what you made this brush with, but it's incredible.
I told you it's from the gods.
Yeah. It needed to be nicknamed the Magic Wand.
Yeah.
She's gone to get it so everyone can see what it looks like, because it does look a little bit different.
If someone says that that brush doesn't work, I will eat it. Like they say, it
No lie,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
We
Let's
don't
catch up with that.
I think that brush she won the product of the year. That brush
Yeah.
because it's out phenomenal, like phenomenal.
Well, you never know. It is a new product, so you never know. It may come along. So, Sandra,
We'll see. At the moment, for me, it's my best product ever.
okay. Well, this next question is for all of you, and you may have already answered it a little bit, but I'm sure you can think of something else. It's from Sandra Smith, and she wants to know what is your must-haves in your grooming rooms besides the main equipment. So I'm presuming she means besides tables. So what are your must-haves? Obviously, the brush. That
Now,
is here.
the Artero stool is amazing.
This is the one.
Yeah, yeah. And I have the small one also. Yeah, that's the large size.
medium and large.
You should have both of them, to be honest, in my opinion.
So it's slightly different than a normal brush, and it's thicker pins, and that's why.
And it also doesn't scratch also, so that's why I like it. Doesn't scratch.
Yeah, it looks severe, but it doesn't get slicker burn. I've never got slicker burn with it or anything. So it's like the handle's like so. So yeah.
It breaks the butt up from the very top, so it's so good. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Spectras. There's an answer. Spectra. Absolutely. Best trimmers ever made. And I've had every single one of them. Like every one of them. You name it, I've had it. And I've probably dropped it.
I would go with what's black M2.
Oh, you love the black
dryer.
Yeah.
Oh God, that dryer! My God, it's just bad. It's just because it has 3 different heads. So a lot of people, they don't understand. They use the dryer, the same head for everything.
Yeah.
But you have the white head that's for stretching the coat. You have a normal square for normal coat, and then you have the round for poodles. And then you can move it straight in the middle for standing dryer. You can put it in a wall, you can put it in a stand, you can put it on a table, you can take it to competition. What can I say? And for the price, it's bloody amazing. Like, what can I say? It's like, oh, I can get married with him tomorrow, you know? So it's like, yeah, you must have that one.
Not legal.
It's amazing.
I love my little green one, I have to say, my ozone dryer.
But explain about the ozone, because obviously not many people know about the ozone. Mitch, do you want to explain what it does?
It floated my boat because it does a number of things. Obviously, it's a blaster, it's a dryer. But the main thing for me is that it helps with skin problems. So it kills bacteria, it kills fungus, and it kills virus.
How?
So dogs that come in regularly that have skin problems, we use the Artero shampoos and conditioners, and then I use the ozone dryer, and it's phenomenal. The change in some of the dogs has been remarkable, seriously.
But again, just to, you do only need to use the ozone for a short period of time.
Yeah, otherwise you'll end up with a headache. But yeah, it's and you need it to be ventilated, really. Yeah. But such a useful dryer. You know, I can do a rough collie in half the time with that.
What
about you guys?
I might try that also. You see, I like to spend money.
You'll love it, and it's green and shiny.
You probably buy 3, so get them ready.
I know.
I've got 2 in stock, Costin. Georgia, what about you? What's your
I think
must-haves?
it's my Fusion curvy scissors, because not only for obviously the Asian faces that a lot of my customers ask for, but for puppies as well. Just because they're so small and not so, straight in the face of a puppy, I find they're a lot more easier and light-handed to use. So probably them, because you can use them for everything.
Do you use it for angulation also?
Yeah, you can use them for angulation because they've got really curved nose.
They come in 2 sizes now as well, don't they? So you've got 6 and your 7. So they're a lot lighter weight with the 7 as well. So they're really good for like getting, that horrible stuff that you get. I was going to say a different word, but try not to.
But they're also good for the jowls as well. Taking all the crap away from there is really good.
That's the word I was going to use, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, at least it wasn't the other one.
I'm trying to think of a swear word.
What about you, Chris?
I think they'd have to be my Alps because I've only really ever used straight scissors. I'm not really okay with curves. I'm getting to grips with them. But when I used the Alps and I was trying to blend a Wharton Spaniel's neck into the shoulder, it just made it so much easier, and I could shape it better. And that was really the Alps have changed my trimming a bit.
Which one was that? The 16 or the 24?
They're 16.
16, yeah.
I
know,
I think also what you like at Artero scissors is that they're very light, and I like light scissors, because the more you use scissors, the more your hand, if you have a heavy scissor, will make your hand really tired. So all those Artero scissors, they're really, really light, and this is what I like of them.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. So are you going to do the next question, or do you want me to do it, Charlotte?
I've got another one for Georgia from Kiara Furlong, and she's asked, what's the best way to up your grooming skills and styles? Would it be videos or webinars, as we can't do one-on-one workshops at the moment with the COVID?
Both. Absolutely both. You probably get more in a webinar than you would in like a free little video you find on social media. But yeah, when we're allowed to go up and about, seminars, like Costin said, one-to-ones, you learn so much in a one-to-one. I've been on hundreds of one-to-ones. I find them a lot better than seminars personally. But yeah, webinars better than videos, to be honest.
Okay, thank you, Georgia. Alison, have you got?
I've got a question from Patrick Taylor, and it is any advice, I think it's for all of you, advice for new groomers and that wants to get into competing and has been knocked with the confidence, but loves grooming. What would be the advice for her to overcome that?
So he did a competition.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, he's competent, but his confidence has been knocked a bit, and he loves grooming, but he wants to get back into it.
So if I've been knocked down for so many times by other groomers, imagine what will happen with me. I'll be just out of grooming completely. Don't listen to them. Like I said, go prove them they're wrong. And I will tell you, like I said earlier, one-to-one seminars, they're the best. One-to-one. Go to the person that you really like and you admire. Ask him if they do one-to-one, and go to them and you practice. And don't listen to anyone. And have one or two friends. When you are down, they will lift you up, and you do the same for them. That's my advice.
Anyone else?
I would just say, much like Costin, but don't rely on other people to supply your confidence. That confidence has to come within you. And quite often, if you rely on other people for confidence, they can snatch it away just as quickly as they'll give it to you. So you have to be confident in yourself and what you're doing.
Well, I do think as well, all of us suffer with confidence problems.
Yeah.
You know, all of us are self-critical, and all of us think we're not
good enough.
Isn't good enough. So don't think you're on your own, because even us, we're all the same.
We are here. We are with you.
I think it just when it's easier for us to hide behind what we don't show, that we feel that the confidence is knocked as much. And I know most of my best wins have been when I've not won, because that win I have learned so much from. So I always say my best wins are the third places, because then I can go to the judge and I can ask them what they think. And I always do that. Always go to your judge and take your dog or your photo and make sure you do it at that time, so the judge can remember everything they've done. Yeah. And take that on board. You might then take it away and think, no, actually that dog wouldn't look good like that. But you've learned that's you didn't really want to do that. Or you might go, do you know what? Okay, I'll try a different way to what they say. And then you then start picking up something else and you start learning that way. And your confidence builds then, because you're having more of an understanding of it, rather than just, I daren't go and speak to the judge, or I daren't go and get some advice, or I daren't go to a one-on-one and improve on that. And And I feel sometimes that is more of a win, getting that education, than that rosette. That rosette gets dusty and you forget about it. You know, that best in show trophy, you've got to clean it.
I learned so much from judges, so much from my judges, that all the time when I placed, I always, even when I placed, I go and ask feedbacks, because you always improve your work. It's very, very important to ask your judges. And even you don't agree with them sometimes, you still learn 1% from them, from your dog, And like I said, you go to person that you admire the most, and it's in that breed that you are in the class, and learn from them.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't listen to anyone.
And
never
give up.
Don't change dog. Stay with the same dog, and then you can improve on that dog. I did it with Kenya. I competed with Kenya, I think 11 times. And the first couple of times, I won the first class, and I want to say it was a really big win. It was a big win. It was my first champ class, and I won it. But I made her from puppy pants into continental, and the judge said the only difference between first and second was I did a bigger before and after. And second place was Karina Verscheren, and our dog was outstanding. And I look at the photos and I go, there's no way that my dog should have won. And it was Kitty who judged, and she went, no, you did. You had more hair at the beginning, and you did more with the time, where she had a beautiful dog, but it didn't have as much hair growth as mine did. And I went, right, that's fair enough, judge's opinion. And then from then I went, I don't like my groom. And I continued to groom, and I says, I am not going to stop with this dog till I'm A, happy, and B, I win a best in show. And I did. I kept going. I won seven champ classes with the same dog, and I got 2 reserve best in shows, and then I got my best in show, and then I retired her and had a litter. Don't stop.
Go home.
Don't stop.
I mean, it is sometimes about splitting hairs, isn't it? It's not even about that you have a job. It's some of these classes can be so big, it's really difficult as a judge to pick, and it just has to go on like, right, I've got to now split it into categories of how I'm going to decide who I'm going to put up. And you might not like the shape or the style, but the finish and the amount of work that they did, and you have to weigh it up. And that's, there's always something that you don't like with the dog, and always something that you absolutely love. And you've got to like weigh up, how many things do I like about that one, and how many things do I like about that. And that's how, when you're judging it, it's quite difficult, so, please don't give up, have another go. We're all here if you want to send pictures. I'm sure the team will be quite happy to give you any feedback. It's not as good as when the judge is there and they can go over with the comb. But, always feel like you can approach
it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you got another question, Charlotte?
I do, yeah. I've got another one from Lisa Malt. And it's for all of you. As most of you are involved with showing your dogs, do you think it helps your eye for grooming? Do you think groomers would benefit from attending dog shows and not just crafts?
Yeah. I've no doubt Chris will agree. Absolutely, yes. Even if you don't ever want to show a dog, go to a dog show and see how people handle the dogs, because it's not just about grooming. You've got to present your dog as well. So a bad handler can make a good dog look really bad. And again, a not so good dog that's groomed well but handled spectacularly looks amazing, and it draws your eye. So absolutely go and see how people handle their dogs and groom them as well.
Okay, good advice. No doubt about that one then.
Find mentors at shows as well. I mean, the people that have influenced me over the years, it's incredible, the knowledge and the wealth of knowledge that is at a dog show. So any groomer, I would definitely recommend them to get involved in some small way.
We'll say as well, won't we, Chris? We've shown dogs since we were tiny, and we're more than happy for anybody to come up and say, hi, I'm a groomer, haven't got a clue what I'm doing, can you help? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but here's a tip for you. If Kirsty is trimming or is just about to show, don't do that.
Don't touch a top knot. Do not touch a top knot. You may get scissors in your hand.
Or a hand grab.
Or a comb.
Yeah, wait till we've been in the ring.
Yeah.
Wait till the person's been in the ring, and then be more than happy to go over everything with the dog. Sit there, watch them, wait till they go in the ring. When they've come out and they're not won first, and they don't have to go back in, then approach them, and they will go over and explain to you what they did to the dog. They will, and this goes for a lot of breeders. You know, a lot of breeders want to help the breed because they're passionate about the breed and they're passionate about the style. So if they can help a groomer improve that or do anything like that, they want to do that, don't they?
And also, should not realize that her eyes will change. Like when you look at that breed and then you have in the salon, it's like, oh, this is wrong here. This is wrong here, because I've been to that show and I know how breed standard looks like. You know, so your eyes change. And then now, even when I go on the street and I see that coco, I see like some coco, it's like, oh, you should take it more like the back end. You should do it more to make more angulation. You know, so your eyes change also. It does change. It did.
Okay, so I've got another question for all of you, and this is for Stacey from Stacey Dwelling. So, who is the best groomer you have had a one-to-one with, and what knowledge did you take from that?
I can't say the best because there are too many.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. You know, it's like, you know, like the best dog when you go to crafts is the best dog. You have variety of groomers because there are different breeds. So you can't say, oh, this is the best, because let's say I would take the Kerry Blues because I've been to practice with Peter and with Cheryl. You know, so I can't say, oh, Peter is the best or Cheryl is the best, because both of them they have different styles. You know, different technique also. So you don't have the best groomer. You have the best. You have, how do you say? It's not just one person. There are so many.
Yeah,
so
you have a team. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it also depends what breed you want to learn. You know.
Yeah.
It's up what breeds.
Thank you.
Find a person that you enjoy their grooming. You like to watch them. You like to, you know, you may have seen something where they've had a chat with someone. You go, actually, they sound really good. They know what they're talking about, or I like the way that they explain things, because you can have a fantastic groomer, but they might not be really good at explaining how they can actually do a job. And unless you want to just watch and you actually want to go and learn from them, then obviously there needs to be someone that you feel comfortable speaking to and being around, because there's nothing worse than feeling uncomfortable and trying to learn at the same time.
Like I'm not comfortable with poodles, so I will go to Kirsty also. But close to me, I've been to Fibrook, I've been to Denise Westbrook, I've been to Belgium to Kitty, and 90% I would say they do the same, but I learned 10%. I learned a little bit from her, from Kirsty, a little bit of Kirsty, from Fee, a little bit from Denise. So I put in my work, you know. So all the time you learn maybe the same, but if you live with 10% from that seminar, it's for me it's enough, you know.
That's great. Thank you, everybody. We have another question from Mary Beard. What advice can you give for checking your groom looks okay when you're finished? For example, I look at the dog on the table and think it looks okay, but then later when I look at my photos, I think it looks rubbish.
Pictures.
Yeah,
Pictures,
take photos
yeah,
and then look at the dog. Yeah.
Have mirrors on the sides. You know, when you stuck your dog on and look in the mirror, put the dog on the floor, let him to shake, and put it back on the table and trim it again. You know, and do pictures. This is what I do.
Yeah. I like to see a dog move, so I'll put it on the floor and watch it move, and you'll see any bits that don't look right. You know, if a Westie say. If you watch it move and it's got shoulders sticking out somewhere, you can take it off, put it back on the table. Poodle, when they move, you can see a bit hanging to the elbow, put it back on the table, take more off. Absolutely. Get it on the floor, let it move, watch it move.
I think it's really important as well to find the animal's best position. So make sure the limbs are all in the right place. When you're taking photos, you have to learn how to stack a dog to take good photos. So find the dogs. And it's just like Kirsty will know with poodles and anyone with terriers, you want them almost still on their toes. You know, you want it bang on, and that's the best way to assess your grooming in best position. A client will probably never know what best position looks like or anything like that, but the dog might see a squirrel in the park, stands on its toes, and it's like, wow. So find that position.
Okay, good advice, guys.
Okay, so the next question I've got is from Cheryl Humphreys. What are the attributes to make a good dog groomer? And then she's put competition grooming. So I don't know if she means a good dog groomer, and then she may mean what makes a good dog groomer and then what makes a good competition groomer. So I think that's what she means.
I think the same thing. Be self-critical.
Yeah.
You know, be honest with what you think of your work. If it's not good enough for you, then it's not good enough for your client or your judge.
Yeah.
Don't stop learning. Learn, don't stop learning. Feedbacks from the judge, and then go improve your work. If you are lazy and you don't want to learn, then you'll be a bad groomer in the competition, you know, you'll never place. And also listen to feedbacks also. It's very important. Other people that don't listen to the feedback, oh, I know better than the judge, no? Yeah. So when they judge you again, you do the same mistakes and the same mistake and the same mistake, no?
You never learn.
Listen and learn.
I think from like a workshop kind of like Asian side, be different, have a flair. Look around. If you're competing, look around. If somebody else is not doing anything, do something. I remember my first competition in workshop, and basically all of us had teddy bear cuts. I looked around in the last 5 minutes, I whacked the ears off on the laser because I wanted to stand up and be different. I think that from a workshop kind of place is good also to have flair and to stand up for the crowd.
Be creative.
Well done, thank you.
That's great. Great, guys. Alison, do you have any more questions there?
I do. I have one from Liz, is it Vockings? And she's got, coming from Dalmatians to Cockers has been a huge eye-opener. To think I laughed at the hairy folk trimming before going into the ring. Lately I've eaten my words. So maybe she wants some, I don't know if she wants some sort of help with cocker.
This is my student again.
Oh, okay.
she's gone from Dalmatians, you know, hats off, to showing Cocker Spaniels. Her first Cocker Spaniel bitch that she's got, she's bred it and she's kept lemon and white. She's kept the hardest coat you can imagine on a Cocker Spaniel. And she said he's a bit hard work. So hats off to you, Liz, and good luck with that one. But he's a lovely boy, really lovely boy, very striking colour. But yeah, she's
learning to hand strip. Good dog.
Yes. Anybody who's good with Cocker Spaniels, absolutely go for it. Liz, you know.
Alison. She
I knew you were going to say that.
Spaniel class.
Hand strip Spaniels.
I did. Used to compete with gun dogs.
Groom Team England was Springer, weren't you?
Yeah, I represented a couple of times with a Springer Spaniel. I won a couple of best in shows with English Springers. My top tip would be to grow the coat. Only strip it when it's ready. On the gun dog. The stripping stones are amazing. I do not use a knife on a English Cocker or on a Springer, and I tend to use the Artero stripping stone. It just pull it gently, don't rip it. It's not a terrier. If it's not ready to come, then don't pull it, and also go with how you want it to pull. So the coat should lay, not the way you think it's laying. So like a terrier, you go with how it is laying already. But the problem is with gun dogs, they twist a bit. So strip it to how you want it to lay. And then eventually you'll train the coat to grow that way. And that would be my top tip, because otherwise if you do the way, it'll break the coat and then it doesn't lay quite well.
Yeah,
So.
Liz as well. Costin has a little video, I don't know if it was on his own, which he'll probably confirm in a second, of using the Artero stripping stone on his Cocker.
Yeah, I just discovered that stone, and it's bloody amazing. I put a video on my private my personal page. It's really I just started to do spaniels, so I'm very excited. I didn't understand the coat at all. I was so angry because I was like pulling and nothing was coming out. So I've been to Hannah and to Emma Ball. I did some private seminar with them again, the brilliant girls. They learn from Mike also. So I think we have such a good industry in England, and you have such amazing groomers that you can actually go to them. Compare, like if I was in Romania, I would struggle now, because you don't have so many. But England is really blessed with English, with Spaniels, people, with poodles, with because also with the House of Terriers, because England is House of Terriers, so you have every single terrier person here in England, so we are lucky to live in England.
Yeah, we have some good breeders as well.
Yeah.
That you can get your tips and tricks from, definitely.
Oh, that's great, guys. Well, I think we're nearly done. I just wanted to read out, there's people joining us from all over the world. There's somebody from Norway, Helene, I have no idea how to pronounce it, Sino Solbakken. She says, Mitch, you are amazing. Lots of love from Norway.
Hi, Helen.
Tracy Taft, she's also said, all fabulous groomers. And Michela La Gioiosa from Italy. She says, good evening to you all. So,
Hi, Michela.
So, there's one more coming from Emma Smith. And it's for Alison.
Oh. About me, this is about them, what?
Alison, for someone who's and wants so much within the industry, what goals do you still have that you would want to achieve?
What goals do I still have that I would want to achieve? I guess my main goal is to get this team to gel and to be a great team and to inspire other groomers for the future. To sort of help the industry grow and be a kinder industry. I guess I really enjoy, I'm really fortunate that I have been able to become part of Artero UK because I absolutely love the products and I love helping groomers when they sort of are unsure what to use or things like that, and I can give them advice. So I'm really enjoying doing that and changing the way my job is at the minute. So I don't groom as much now. What would I really like? Do you know what? Secretly, I'd like to breed a Best in Show Crufts winner.
That's your goal.
That will probably, won't. Yeah, that probably I'll be very old and I'll be in one of them wheelchairs. I don't know what breed it'd be. Maybe a Hungarian Pumi or a Bichon, maybe.
So your goal is to win Crufts.
Well, no, I don't know. My goal is to breed someone. Someone else might end up taking it in the show ring.
Chris will probably agree with me, but like you just said there, to breed something that someone else shows and wins with is got to be a massive goal for anybody who shows dogs, because it's not all about breeding your own dogs and keeping the best for yourself. Having it in there to let that good dog go. Yeah. I've been on the recipient end of 4 that I've bought from someone else that I've made into champions now, and went, you know what, thank you, because I would never have had that opportunity if it wasn't for those breeders that breed fantastic dogs and are willing to say, you know what, we'll let you have that dog and we'll see where you go with it. There's nothing better.
Yeah, I can second that. I've been fortunate enough to breed champions all over the world, and to see somebody posting pictures that they've gone winner's dog or the top dog of the country, and I've got dogs in Japan, and Shinji, he's been top dog for 3 years, and it leaves you with a warm fuzzy feeling. Yeah, I always
get a much greater sense of satisfaction from other people winning than I do myself for some reason. And the same as if I've trained someone or coached someone for competition, they do well, I feel much more, a greater sense of achievement than if I've done it myself.
People would probably give you a bit more respect as a breeder or as a trainer to be able to say, do you know what, I'm going to hang back and I'm going to let you take the reins and you do that. And I know that I've read that, and you are doing the work now, and that's on you. So, more respect.
And I would say that's how I feel about you guys. I feel like I'm sat here just helping you, and the ambition I've got for you guys in the future, you probably don't even know yet. You know?
No pressure.
So that would, for you guys to do so well with your careers, I think that would make me, and me being just like a slight little, inspiration to you, that would mean probably a lot to me. So that would
not slight.
Alison, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You picked us.
You know, what can I say? You know, each and every one of you, I've seen different talents in each and every one of you. And I know as a team pulling together, you're all going to grow individually with this. And hopefully you can then inspire the future groomers coming through, you know, and that's what I want for you guys to do, you know.
I think it's an amazing thing for you to bring us on and pass us the baton like that. It's amazing, and we'll do you proud, Alison.
No, there's so many English groomers that I think can do so well, and I know you guys are going to inspire them, and that's what I would like for the future.
Oh.
It's all about helping others.
Wonderful.
Right.
Right, just before we finish off, I've got a couple more comments from people. Ida Radovic from Croatia says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, and we've got one message from Joaquin, who works here in Spain. He's sent his congratulations and what a great team.
Thank
And Debbie Doody Sims Walker.
Ah,
Briggs.
Debbie.
And then Mark Elliott has said, well done all and good luck with everything.
Oh.
So, and Verity Elizabeth, congratulations everyone, such a fabulous lineup, and I'm really excited to see what you do.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you, Verity.
Beautiful groomer,
Thank you.
Verity.
Well, to finish off, I would just like, on behalf of Artero, just welcome you guys on board. We're super excited for the future, see what's happening now. It's going to be really wonderful, and it's been lovely to get to meet you all more today. And just a big thank you from us. We're very happy to have you on board.
Thank you.
So happy to be here.
Thank you.
Alison?
Yeah, what am I finishing off? Where's Alex with the videos?
I know, what's he saying?
No, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming and watching and sending the questions in, you know, because we could have all been sat here just talking to each other. So thank you for joining us for this. I think we've been an hour and a half. If there's any questions that any of you want to drop later, I'm sure the guys will be quite happy to put reply to them in the Facebook messages if you want to ask any questions and you didn't get your questions through. You know,
post them on the comments in this video. We can go through. Yeah,
exactly.
And then obviously, because like some people might watch this later, so if you want to still put it in, you know. But yeah, thank you for joining us, everyone, and thanks for Artero for putting this on and for making these dreams come true for these guys. And I was only meant to choose 4. And like Charlotte knows what I'm like, so
But you've only got 4.5.
And so I did dig my heels because I could not. I had to have you all on board because, like a jigsaw, we're like a big family, like Artero is, and you guys. I'm so glad that you're part of this family now. And we're just going to inspire other groomers so they can feel part of the Artero family too, because I guess in my career that's one of the main things that me being on the world team was a major thing for me, and I want you guys to feel that, and you guys to then show other people so they can feel the same thing. So the guys that I hope we've inspired you guys with answering some of your questions today. And I'm really grateful that you've come and took this time to watch us chat and watch their videos and see how amazing these groomers are. And thank you to Artero and thank you to Alex for putting this amazing presentation together. Because if it was anything to do with me and Charlotte, we wouldn't have had the Zoom meeting going after the other day when my camera wasn't working. So
we managed, Alison. We did.
Yeah, we did. And I've got Sandy. Sandy, would you like to come on? This is my right-hand lady in the UK, so you might not see as much. So Sandy's here in case I had any technical difficulties.
Hi. The legend that is Sandy.
Yeah.
So if any of you got any customer service details or anything like that, this is the lady that you get through to. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll hope to see you soon. And watch out for the videos. I know we've got a video coming from Chris soon. I know Costin's doing a live, aren't you? Are you doing a live?
I did this morning.
You did this morning, but are you doing another one? I thought I read that you were going to do another one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Next week, mate. Next week.
And I'm sure the girls will be putting stuff on. So if there's anything you want to see, again, just drop us a line either in the Artero Facebook page or on this video, and then we can pick it up. And I'm sure the team.
Alison, if obviously anybody wants any like product demos or anything like that, if you can't do it, pass it on. I'll do it. So I've got the shop there, and I've got majority of stuff there, so I can do stuff in the salon with the dogs as well. So if they want a demo on any particular products, or even using the mix with the demat spray or anything like that, if anybody wants to do demos, one of us will do it.
And if you want a request one of the groomers especially to do it, we can organise that. So you guys, we're really grateful that you've come and supported us today. And Go Team UK Creative Team. Thank you very much.
Can I just break in just one moment? Joaquin from Spain has sent a message for Costin, a question for Costin. It's in Spanish, but he says, in the last Jornadas Artero, you were nominated for the Best International Groomer.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you would love to form a part of the Artero Creative Team. And today you're here. Is this your dream made real?
Oh, it is. I said in a jornada, I said that I want to be part where Alison is actually there, the Artero world.
I didn't hear that.
But this is a beginning, and this is, it's a dream come true. Just be part of the creative one. Yes, it's amazing. Yes, it is. Dreams do come true when you work hard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for taking part in this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.